Bobby Sands, I mean, you have to grasp how sick and crazy this situation is. This guy, along with other people from the provisional IRA, they're locked up inside these horrific British prisons, and Bobby Sands wins a seat in Parliament. Yes, in Westminster, right? He's an MP. He becomes an MP while he's incarcerated, which goes to show you how popular this guy is. He literally got voted into office as a member of Parliament while incarcerated, okay? And 25 days after he wins his seat, he dies from hunger strike. The other thing I wanted to say is that this is so eerie to me because Bobby Sands died after 66 days of hunger strike on May 5th, 1981. And Khadr Adnan dies on May 2nd of this year, this morning. And many times before, Khadr Adnan had done almost the exact same time as Bobby Sands on hunger strike. He had done 66 days, 54 days, 25 days. It varies. But my point is that the number of days is not really the point here. It's just that he made me think of him, and everybody's body, their physical state is different. So someone could die on hunger strike, God forbid, after 8 weeks. Somebody else might be able to do 4 months. It doesn't matter. The thing is that this is really the most impactful and one of the purest forms of self-determination, of political boldness, and of resistance against an occupation that anyone can undertake. It's the quintessential form of resistance because it is the hardest to do. It is the most difficult to do. And it doesn't mean that other forms are not legitimate. Of course they are. But the self-will that this kind of thing takes. I mean, these guys were so ardent in what they believed. They literally died for it. And that has to be respected. And when Bobby Sands died, Margaret Thatcher gets up in the same chamber where he had a seat. This guy's name is on a seat in Westminster, in the same room as her, in the same chamber. And she says that, well, he was violent and he chose to kill himself. I mean, what can you say to this except screw you? I mean, that's just disgusting, really. She's got no manners. She's really, there's a difference between being, opposing something and then just being a really, I'm trying so hard to restrain my language right now because I've already cussed enough, but Christ, how vulgar. You want to talk about violence? She should look, she can't now, but she should look in the mirror. Anyway, that's just disgusting. Even if you don't like someone, you don't have to cuss them that bad in the same chamber. Christ, that's really something else. After Bobby Sands died, or was killed, you could say, by the British state, this is going to make you laugh. The British embassy in Tehran was on a street called Winston Churchill Boulevard. Okay, that's the name of the street. And the Iranian government renamed the street Bobby Sands Street. That's just so funny, really. And the British embassy had a door on the adjacent street, okay, on the adjacent street. And so to avoid having to use Bobby Sands Street on the embassy's letterhead or any official documents or postal address, they moved the entrance to the next street. God, that's really funny. You got lots of streets in France also are named after Bobby Sands. I got a lot of support there too. But I think the Iranian one is the best.